Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. So we are in the exciting week. Um, so there's been a lot of interesting things said to happen within this week. So um, besides all of that, I want to come on here to talk about something that I have, you know, only discovered like recently. Um, so a couple of years ago, no, actually, years. I don't know. It was a couple of years ago, maybe. I would say between the years of 2009 and 2015. Um, I had, I had dreams. And every time I had rapture dreams, I had one friend in my rapture dream that I always saw, and I only always saw her, and I didn't understand why I always saw her in my dreams. um so her name is Kyra, and in all of my rapture dreams I always saw her. I always remember seeing like the rapture would happen, and um I would see her face. Like we would be in heaven, and I'd be like, "Oh, hey, you are here," stuff like that. And or like the rapture, just before the rapture would happen, we would be in like this area, or this um place, and she was always there. And then the rapture would happen, and so just she would always just be in my dreams, and I couldn't understand why. My rapture dreams. And unfortunately, back in 2020, she passed away. It was quite a difficult thing to process, because I always believed, well, she passed away during a car accident. um but I always believed that she would, like I always believed that when the rapture would happen, like we would always somehow be like, I don't know how to explain. I always thought that I'll be near her, or like when the rapture would happen, I would see her first, or I don't know. I always just believed something like that, but it didn't work out that way. So I always was like wondering, what could have caused, like her to always be in my rapture dreams? And it wasn't until a couple of years ago, I specifically remember when it was 2017, and it was the day of the great sign in heaven, the Revelation 12 sign, where the woman, we were all watching for the woman that was clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, about to give birth, basically, to, was it Jupiter? Which fell on the day of the 23rd of September 2017. So I specifically remember that day. I told her, "Dear Kyra, happy birthday on this wondrous great Revelation 12 day sign." And it didn't, like nothing occurred ever since then. It was only a couple of, maybe like a week or two ago, that I realized maybe the significance that this may be, the reason why I always saw her in my dreams. And I realized that her birth date is on the 23rd of September. So I don't know if that is a sign, if this was pointing the whole time to the 23rd of September. Who knows? Maybe something interesting will happen on the day. Maybe it's the Rapture Day. I really don't know. I want to say, that it is. I really want to say that it is, but we can't say for sure that it will be. Yeah, I don't know. It may be just something really interesting to look forward to. Because so much is happening, supposed to happen this week. Because if you think about it, the 23rd of September was when the Great Revelation 12 sign took place, okay? That was 5 years ago. What's also really, really interesting is season 23, episode 9 of The Simpsons is a direct link to the Revelation 12 sign. So my question is, number one, how did they know this? How did they know that 23/9 will be in reference to the Revelation 12 sign? And they made that episode like years ago, way before the Revelation 12 sign actually even occurred. So we have this potential date to look forward to. So the 23rd. Also being 5 years directly after the Revelation 12 sign, being the male child that was, delivered and caught up to heaven, being a representation of the church or the bride of Christ. Also, the dream significance. I know what's really interesting is I had so many rapture dreams back in 2015. And that was all 7 years ago. And we know that God works in sevens. 7 is such a significant number. Also, the new Shemitah beginning around the 25th/26th of this month, which is the end of this week, which will be the beginning of the new Shemitah, the new 7-year gap. 7-year cycle. You see, there's another 7 years. There's so many. I don't know if you guys think that there's like so many like different puzzle pieces that have been scattered all around, and it just feels like they're coming together and fitting into this one piece. I mean, it was just recently that we all discovered that about this Shemitah cycle thing. It just feels like all this knowledge has been scattered around for such a long time, and now all of a sudden all of this knowledge is being brought together, and we're looking at this time frame of things potentially happening. And it's really exciting because, number one, we have the Revelation 12 sign that happened 5 years ago that correlates to this year. I have the dream of my friend Kara, whose birthday is on the 23rd. I've always seen her in my rapture dreams. Maybe that is of significance too. We have that German man who said, that the 24th will be a day to remember. And I know that a lot of people say that he was referring to February 2022, but, I don't know. Maybe he said that on purpose. Sometimes people say things and they say what they actually mean, but, yeah. Basically, a lot of people said that what he said then was a mistake. What he said was actually a slip of what really is to come. So we'll just have to wait and see. And then, of course, we have the 25th and the 26th, which is the Day of Trumpets, the Rosh Hashanah. It is the day the new Jewish New Year begins. It is the day that the new Shemitah cycle begins. It's the day that we believe that the 7 years tribulation will begin. There's just a lot of excitement happening around this time frame. And what's really interesting too is about, within the last 3-4 days, there have been earthquakes in the magnitudes 7 plus. And we haven't had any big earthquakes recently within, I don't know, a very long time. I don't remember seeing any earthquake readings higher than 7 for a very long time. So, who knows, maybe that's like part of this whole thing that's gonna happen soon too. It's just really exciting. I've just been reading a lot of like interesting things around, Jewish custom and just people having near-death experiences, people having rapture dreams. It just, even like on just a lot of channels, people are talking about September, and September, it begins. September, everything starts to change. September is like, I don't know, I've just been hearing a lot of things like financial collapses. I've been hearing things of like particular places being targeted. Oh, let me not forget to tell you the amount of programming, predictive programming that has been in a lot of TV shows, movies, and music videos. They all say the same thing. They all include the same number: 923, 922, 924. Something is bound to happen. It's just, I don't know. There's just a lot. There's too much to dismiss. So, I don't know. I'm not saying anything will happen. I'm just saying there's just too much that's being spoken about that we cannot just simply dismiss and say, yeah. It's just there. I've come across so many. Because I recently made a TikTok account, and I've just been posting some things for people just to think about, really. And the amount of things that believers in Christ say, it just infuriates me, because number one, they're living life with closed eyes, saying, Jesus is not going to return for another 100 years. He's probably not going to return for another 20 years. Like, they acknowledge that we are in the end times, but they don't acknowledge that his timing is imminent. And it frustrates me. It really just makes me so angry, just because what more do they want to see? We're having all these things happen around us. The world is changing, and still they are blind to these things. I really feel like there are two specific verses that refer to this time period that we are living in. Number one is Jesus said that my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, okay? And I feel like these Christians, these believers who believe in Jesus, but they refuse to look at what's happening around them. Jesus is not 100 years away. He's not going to come back in 100 years or like 200 years. No. He is coming back soon, very, very soon. Very, 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 very soon. And we have to be ready. And that's why there's another verse that speaks about the 5 virgins who were ready, and the 5 virgins who were not ready, who went out to go fill up their lamps, and when they came back, it was already too late. There's just a lot of things happening. So, regardless of what happens this week or does not happen this week, just know that it speaks about the bride of Christ who look forward to Jesus' return. And it says, blessed is he who the master finds watching for his return, whether it be in the first watch or the second watch or the third watch or the fourth watch. We will be blessed if we are caught watching, waiting on that day of the Lord for Him to take us home. It's just really exciting, the time that we are living in right now. So, let's see. Maybe we only have a few days left. Maybe we have more puzzle pieces that we need to find to fill up the bigger picture. Only time can tell. Regardless of everything, pray that you are worthy to escape the things that are to come, and pray for your loved ones who don't know Jesus yet, and pray for them to be accepted, and pray for them that they do not take the mark of the beast if it so happens that they get left behind. May the Lord bless you, and I really, really hope that I see you all really, really, really soon. Take care, and I'll see you hopefully soon. If not, then there's only more puzzle pieces to connect.